guys, so today I have Teresa, who is a beautiful and talented maker mom today, and she's gonna show us how to make these really easy fashion cuffs, right?
Yeah, super easy. So I have really long arms, and because of that, I am a big fan of cuff bracelets and arm parties, and I take advantage of my real estate, basically.
Right,
That's my point. So I made this little cuff out of just like a thrift store t-shirt, because
so awesome.
I'm all about the cheap too.
Me too, this is perfect.
Okay, so I have it all set up here. Let me show you how I did it.
What do we need?
So what we'll need is a t-shirt and then some way to cut it up. So since I'm a big sewer, I already happen to have a cutting mat and a rotary cutter and a ruler. But you just basically need scissors.
Scissors, a table, and a ruler.
Yeah, just anything that'll let you cut your t-shirt into a little rectangle here. And then we've got these studs that you can buy at any fabric store, all over online. They're super easy to find and they come in every shape and size. So it's fun to really mix and match and get a good variety. And then that's really it. The other tools are optional. I use a mouse pad to help me put my little studs in place. And then I have this little paintbrush, but you just need something, you can use a pencil, just something that will help you push the prongs over so you don't mess up your nails. And that's it. So.
Oh, and a sewing machine.
And of course, a sewing machine. Although you could just do this with a needle and thread too. There's like 3 straight lines.
Usually that's what I would do. So.
Needle and thread will work just fine too.
Cool.
Okay, so I just took my t-shirt and I cut it into this rectangle. And the size you need will depend on the size of your wrist and how thick you want your cuff to be. Mine measures 6 inches by 9 inches. And that's basically just wide enough so that when you fold it over twice, you'll have a little bit of room for a seam allowance, and that's how wide you'll want it. You can see on my finished cuff.
So we can do like thin too if we want.
You can make it as thin as you want or as thick as you want. You can go crazy. And then the width part, this 9 inches, is just wide enough to go around your wrist with about 2 inches for the seam allowance, because we're gonna do, it's called a French seam, so that all of our seams will be nicely hidden. Okay, so then you just get to put your studs in place. So I've got one for you, one for me.
Here we go.
And the mouse pad is just so that you can push your prongs straight through with your studs, and you don't have to worry about hurting your table or your hands or anything. You just pop them right through.
Because I feel like I put them through like this, and I'll just like hold it with my thumb and just kind of, but that hurts. It hurts. It works, but it hurts. But so this is a good idea.
This
I like this.
will protect your fingers.
Okay, so you go ahead and go first.
So I'll just pop that. And when you're putting your studs in place, you just want to keep in mind that you're gonna need to leave those inches on each side for your seam allowance. And you just want the middle, because you're gonna fold this over. So that might even help as you're positioning it to just fold it into thirds like that. And then you'll know where to put your prongs. So you can, or your studs, I keep calling them prongs. Studs, so you just push those all in, and then once you get them all in your place, you can kind of unfold it, but you'll have them all there. And then you can take your hard surface and bend all those prongs in position.
Oh wow, that's so much easier than what I've been doing. Like my fingers are like numb.
Your skin will thank me.
Okay, so let's do that then.
I like those little
flowers
ones.
Yeah,
those are cute. I found some little teeny tiny ones and they were so gorgeous, but they were such a pain to put in.
Oh gosh, I bet. I bet your nails, you were probably trying to put
I couldn't like get them to, they were so tiny. I'm trying to push them and they like kept getting stuck in my fingernails.
That's funny.
But they were
it's worth
so
it.
Cute.
Yeah, it's totally worth it. Also, I did a video for studsandspikes.com and they have a ton too, so if you guys want like a specific website, Studs and Spikes have tons of stuff, but you guys all know that because I've done a video. So I don't know if you guys watch Reese's channel, but I know ReeseDixon is your channel name, but that's not
Well, my
Your
name is Teresa, but it's totally spelled funny, and so nobody can ever pronounce it right if all they do is read it. So that's why I started doing Reese online. I'm everywhere. You can find me everywhere as ReeseDixon. But also because I've been blogging for so long. When I first started, everybody was afraid of the internet, so everybody used fake names. So I started with ReeseDixon. So like half the people I know call me Reese, half the people call me Teresa. I just answer. If it's said with love, I just answer.
Well, I can relate because everybody calls me Bella, but that's not my name at all. So I just liked it because it rhymed with Michelle. So I'm like, it just kind of goes together.
And it's beautiful.
But,
You're all about beauty.
I love it. Yeah. Okay. There we go. That works.
It's your brand.
Hello. Yeah. So that's funny how that is. I feel like it's my alter ego too.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
well,
people call me
that's
Bella.
how it really started. Is way back in the day when I was in college, and I wanted to have a little fun for one night and not have anybody know how to track me down the next day.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
That was my creepy bar guy name. And now I'm all over the internet. So there's probably creepy bar guys from 15 years ago.
I know her. That's so funny. I'm trying to think if I ever gave a fake name. I think I always gave like fake last names or fake numbers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I did lots of fake numbers.
I love you.
I'm so awful.
Yeah. No. You're just.
I'm a nice girl, really. Yeah. I'm telling you my deepest, darkest secrets
I love
today.
It. No, this is great. Great craft session. I love it. So we're almost done here.
Okay. So I'm gonna stop, and you can. Open it up so you've got all of your studs just where you want it, and then like I showed you before, just kind of fold those right over.
Awesome.
And it can kind of help with like some of these rounder ones.
Yeah, they're really hard.
Put my finger to give myself a little leverage. Like just shove my finger up against one end and then push the other side down because they get wiggly.
Awesome. Okay, so the next step is after we're done.
Well, once we've got those all folded over, then we are going to make this into our bracelets. So with the right sides of the studs up, we're going to fold our bracelet in half and just match those edges. And then you can do this by hand like we talked about, but I happen to have my sewing machine right here. So I'm just gonna crank this through.
And is that's a half a seam or is that an inch?
I do a 1/4 of an inch because I'm a quilter and that's a quilter's thing, but you can make it. There's
whatever
no science here. You can just do whatever you like. Babies. Thank you. Okay. So trim off those threads, and then we're going to turn it right side out. Okay. So these will be pretty uncomfortable up against your wrist. So that's why we sewed it into a little tube like so. Cute. Because then up against your wrist, you'll just have this nice soft t-shirt fabric.
There we go.
So then we get to do our fancy seam. So we're gonna fold our edges together this way and sew at about an inch, at least an inch.
And can they do that by hand too?
You can absolutely do this by hand. It's so easy. And such short little seams, it's just like 3 inches.
Yeah, there we go.
So this is called a French seam, and this is actually the seam that's like running down the side of your jeans.
Oh yeah.
So that you don't have any seam allowances rubbing any irritating places. So
it's a clean finish, right?
It's a clean finish. There you go. So I'm gonna open my bracelet up like that, and then take this, fold it over to one side, and then just kind of fold it over once, and fold it over again, so that all of those raw edges are just kind of folded inside like a little tube. And then you just sew one more line right down the very edge.
Awesome.
just want to make sure that you don't sew through both layers. So you have to kind of pull that other layer out of your way. So that last step is one where hand sewing will actually be easier than the sewing machine. Okay. Trim off my threads.
That's so cute. I love this idea.
There you go. For you.
Thank you. A gift for me.
Or maybe t-shirt cup. Or maybe your
maybe
little
Livy.
girl.
Yeah. I'm like,
I made it a little bit small.
But hey, that's okay. She'll love this.
She'll be like a little punk rock toddler on the playground.
Oh, she already is. I've been studying everything that she owns. So anyway, this is so awesome. I love this.
Thank you.
So where can we find you? I know you're everywhere.
I'm
right?
all over.
Yeah.
I have, of course, Mom's View, YouTube. I'm ReeseDixon, and then I've got my blog, ReeseDixon.com, where I write every day about adding creativity to your life. And then I have a daily style blog for creative moms called Foxy Like a Crafter.
I love that.
And Twitter, Instagram, all over. I'm ReeseDixon.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yay, well, thank you for coming.
Thank you so
Let me know if
much.
you guys do this, hashtag BellaMishella and hashtag ReeseDixon. If you do, so we can see how your guys' has turned out. And that's it. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.